Chandler's Channel. I'm Tracy, your host, and today's episode is our intuitive weekly vlog that we're doing on color therapy. This was on my to-do list of vlogs, and then I had a request to do one on color therapy, so that got bumped up to the top. So that's why we're doing color therapy. So thanks very much for the request. I hope to hear from more of you with ideas and suggestions for vlogs. Okay, so normally I usually speak a little bit at the beginning, and then I go get my Spirit Guide Whitehawk, whom I consciously channel. This time we're just going to jump right into Whitehawk, and then I'll come back and I'll give you my thoughts on color therapy. Now, just to note, this is just an overview of what I believe color therapy is. I'm not a color therapy practitioner. I don't have a certificate in it. We're just going to discuss color and its intuitive therapeutic uses. And we're going to get the wisdom from Whitehawk, what he thinks about color and therapy. So let's go get Whitehawk right away and see what he says about color. Indeed, he says. Color, color, color. What can be said about color that has not been said through the years and through the ages? Color is of vital importance in one's world. Little ones. And as he speaks, he comes to us, what can I call this? You know, when you go by a campfire, and he has a stick, and he's poking the fire, and he's speaking to us at the same time, and it's dark out, and let's just see how it continues. He says, indeed, this is a good idea. And he says, what can we say about color that has not been said through the ages? It is of vital importance, little ones. And the reason why I tell you that is simply because if there was an absence of color, children, there would be no happiness. There would be no joy. There would be no laughter, he says. If there was an absence of color, you would simply be in the mud. You would simply be in the dark, as he points out to us as we sit at the campfire. But as you can see, children, I am playing in color right now, am I not? And he stokes the fire. If you look into the fire, you see the vibrance of the yellows, the reds, and the oranges. Do you not? And we shake our heads, yes. And I'm hearing this song, all we are saying is give peace a chance. And when I look, I see a lot of you or a lot of others coming towards the campfire where we are, and they're holding candles or cups with candles, right? And so it's in the dark, so you have this nice vision of people walking, and then just the luminescence of the flame and how it glows upon them. And he says, yes, well described, little one, well described. And so as they're coming, they're singing, all we are saying is give peace a chance. And they come and they encircle the campfire. And immediately when they show up and encircle the campfire, we've gone from feeling a little cool and feeling alone and in the darkness, to feeling warmth, connectedness, and stability. And Whitehawk says, that is color. That is what color will give for you. The beginning, when you spoke of how we felt cold and dark and alone, he says, was the absence of color in our life. But with color, we feel grounded, we feel stable, we feel loved, and we feel cherished. For there is warmth, he says, there is warmth in the color. And I just want to point out a couple of things. So I've noticed that Jesus has let me know that he's here, but I also have the arrival of a guardian angel of mine who has also arrived. And he says, yes, they are all here. This is Whitehawk speaking. Yes, they are all here for who does not love color? Who does not sing about color? Who does not swim without color? One must need color to paint, to live, to thrive. And so we all listen intently as he speaks. One cannot live without color in their life, children. So if you do not have color in your world, you must go out and get some color. For you will find that it will make you feel much better, much more grounded, much happier, much more enlivened. And so it's really funny because you have the people standing behind us and standing up, encircling us. And then I notice now Jesus has joined us at the campfire, but he's sitting cross-legged at the campfire. And then there's me in the Muskoka chair. So Jesus is on the ground and I'm in a Muskoka chair. And I'm noticing dogs. There's some dogs with us. There's like a little papillon dog. He's the tricolor kind with the black, the brown, and the white. He's very, very cute. So adorable. He's there with us. And I'm just looking to see if my dog Oliver's there. And he is. He gets his two front paws up on my lap. And the little papillon dog is up on Jesus and licking his face, and it just brings so much joyfulness to us all. And Whitehawk says, color. Do you see how color enriches your life? Do you see how it brings us to life? For without it, we are merely dead. Are we not? So you see, children, when you hear this one, Tracy, tell you to live your life in color, with color, do so. For this is what it means to live your life with color. For indeed, by bringing color into your life, you will bring abundance. You cannot help but bring abundance into your life. So although it is short and sweet, my children, I urge you to go get some color and color your world and live in color, not the absence of color. And so he's wrapping up, so the people who are encircling us, standing with the candles in their hands, are starting to leave. And as they leave, they're singing, all we are saying is give peace a chance. And so they walk off. And Jesus is still playing with the papillon, getting much love from him. And we're just hanging out, just enjoying the warmth from the fire. But immediately as they kind of leave, you can feel, you know, from the forest behind us, the chills sort of coming back up. And Jesus says to Whitehawk, he says, Whitehawk, I think that was one of your best readings yet, he says. And he goes up and he shakes his hand. And Jesus walks off, and then it's just Whitehawk and I, and or Whitehawk and me. And Whitehawk says, we shall see, little one. We shall see. Speaking to me, and he winks. He says, God bless, children, in your work in bringing more color into your world. God bless. Thank you, Whitehawk. Oh, I always love when we're by the campfire. Gosh, the only thing we're missing is an acoustic guitar and some s'mores, right? Oh, it makes me yawn, right? Because it's just so comforting and relaxing, you know? So you can do that in a meditation, right? Take yourself to a campfire. That'll relax you. So that was Whitehawk's part on color therapy, and so apropos. He was giving you a feeling of how color affects our moods and affects our well-being, right? For the absence of color is cold and chilly and lonely. So, you know, bring some color into your life. And when I think about it, like I wear a lot of color. There was a time frame, you know, my past life and this life, where I wore a lot of black when I worked in very jobs, right? Black sort of became a staple in your wardrobe in that whole corporate world and that whole fashionista world, right? But black's the absence of color, right? Bring color into your world. And it's not to say we can't wear black, because it's never going away, and it's a great piece to work in your wardrobe, to add color to. Also, what we're saying is add the color, because those dark colors are never going to go away, but don't always wear them. Brighten it up with the bright colors. You'll see me wear a lot of bright colors. And when you think of color therapy, if I'm not feeling bright and happy, I don't wear bright and happy colors. That's me. That's me as a person, being highly sensitive and everything. I kind of wear my heart on my sleeve, right? And you, using your intuition, will be able to interpret others the same way by seeing the colors they wear. But if I'm feeling happy, I'll wear the very bright colors and everything from the makeup to my clothes. So in color therapy, if you're not having a good day, what you should be doing is wearing the bright colors, right? To raise your vibration, to make you happier. But because I'm such a feeler, you know, I have to be comfortable too. So I go with what's comfortable, and maybe not the nicest colors in the world, but I try to have a lot of color in my wardrobe. So you think of it that way. And when you think of color, look at all that nice color there, right? In your house. So I can use an example of when I moved into this home, you know, the energy of this home is amazing. And that was the first thing I noticed. But when we moved in, the walls were gray and beiges and a muddy brown. Now that's fine, you know, if these are your colors. It would have done better if it actually had like a blue in there with it, right? But anyways, if these are your colors, great. I'm not saying your house isn't beautiful. I'm not saying you're a bad person. But for me, in my perspective and how I operate, those colors brought me down. They made me feel more depressed than ever, because it is the absence of color really when you're using those colors. And although brown can be a very grounding color, too much of it, you're in the dark, right? So you want to lighten it up with a little bit of blue. It's a good thing I wore this shirt, eh? Who knew? You want to brighten it up with a little blue, and you can do that with accessories, right? With pillows and stuff. So you can go brown on your walls and beiges on your browns. I'm just saying, like, bring the color out through your accessories. So hey, see, I didn't know this was going to turn into a house and home episode too. So So you want to bring color into your world. There used to be a paint business called Color Your World. It was all paints. They don't exist in Canada anymore, at least not in Ontario. I mean, they could exist other places. I used to love that. And then when you think about it, well, that's where I got all these paint chits from, right? The paint chits. Color your world, baby. And so then that takes us on to the next thing. So for your work environment, because that can be very droll, right? Because you don't have a lot of control what goes on in the work environment and color. Maybe in your cubicle, put some color in there. Bring some flowers in with some nice color, right? Make yourself feel better. So this is almost like the spectrum of a rainbow, which also is reflective of the spectrum of our chakras, which are energy centers, right? You have your root chakra, which is down there. You got your sacral chakra, which is down there. You got your power chakra, which is here. You have your heart chakra, which is here, throat, brow, and crown. And they all have their colors. Your root chakra is red. Right, sorry, I don't have a big red. And then your sacral chakra is orange. Your personal power chakra is, or solar plexus chakra is this yellow. And then your your heart chakra can be green or pink. It's reflected as green or pink because of, it is the heart. And then you go on to your throat chakra, which is a lighter blue, much like a blue lace agate. And then into your brow chakra, you get a darker blue. And then finally, when you get up to your crown chakra, you have your well, it's not really violet, is it? I don't have them. Maybe that's more violet like that. So those are all reflective of the chakras. So then if you work it that way in regards to color therapy, if we think of someone perhaps who's having problems speaking, public speaking, perhaps they want to use the color of the throat chakra and envision it or visualize it surrounding their throat and their whole body, their aura, right? We spoke of the energy just outside our body, right? Maybe you want to fill the aura with that nice blue color and your throat and see the chakra, which is an energy center. You want to see that energy center being filled up with that nice blue. And that comes through visualization. And in doing that and permeating your whole being with that color, you're going to help your throat chakra. Therefore, helping everything to do with, what am I doing? Talking. But whether it be public speaking or getting what you're like out in social aspects with people when you're talking with them. Doing a video, standing in front of your class. Again, that's public speaking, right? Reading, anything to do with speaking, or especially this part, right? Speaking your truth. That's a really big one. So you can envision that color. For me, with my crown chakra and my brain, I would want to envision that purple color just enveloping my brain. And although physically I can't see my brain, I could visualize it. And then it permeating my whole being. You can, if you need more grounding in your life, you'd want to use the brown or the earthy colors, right? Your greens and your browns, and visualize yourself, your feet rooting themselves into the earth or being a tree, right? And then therefore that becomes color therapy. So that's how I see color therapy. And there's so many other ways that one can use it. But really, it's so important to have in your everyday life. Just to reiterate with what Whitehawk said, the absence of color is cold and lonely. Bring some vibrance into your world. Try it. You don't have to believe me. You can go be your own person. Do whatever you want. One day wear all black when there's no sun and it's gray and you feel yucky, right? Wear all black. And then the next time it's a very gray day, put some color with those black pants and see how you raise your vibration in your world. Or try changing the colors in your house. One wall might be beige. Try adding a nice color to complement that beige, like a green of some sort. I don't know. On one wall, just make it one wall, and that's going to just lift your spirits. There's so many ways that you can lift your spirits and use color. So no absence of color. Go out there and live your life in color and with color, guys, and you'll feel the difference. You will immediately feel the difference. All right, so that's our vlog. Our next vlog will be our March monthly reading, the intuitive monthly reading, so please join us for that. If you hadn't had an opportunity to listen to the February intuitive reading, please do. There was some really good stuff in it. We're supposed to be having a banner of a month, and really we are. And our next intuitive reading will be on Sunday, which is our weekly reading, and you'll want to have a listen to that because I have some great news to share with you. All right, guys, we'll see you next time. Give me a thumbs up if you like what you see here. Comment in the comment section. Let me know what other vlogs you want to see done. And join me on social media so we can continue the conversation there. God bless. I'm Tracy for A Channeler's Channel. Color your world.